Milwaukee is seen from the shore of Lake Michigan on a cloudless day. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave. Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Garland in at the 1 spot. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Bledsoe, then it's Brook Lopez, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2-guard position. Looking at the long season ahead, Brent, as a veteran player, what are some of the habits that keep your body going strong, staying healthy?
Teams have really gotten hip to the idea that we need to rest our star players as much as possible. So efficiency with the work that they do, I think, is the most important thing. Star guys who get into practice and are on the court for 50 minutes to an hour every day so that there's a rhythm that they can keep and the teammates can keep up along with them on the floor. That's what it's about for those guys. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
Love dishes to Garland. Knocked loose. Osman the pass to Garland. And here is Drummond. Back to Sexton. 4 on the clock. Here's Garland. The shot missing. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Offline with his 3. Pass to Garland. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Yeah, Love can scan the floor. He's always looking for the late cutter and patient with that decision.
Here's Middleton, and it's Osman with the rebound. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Love against Bledsoe, and that one's good. Love.
Maybe some underrated parts of Kevin Love is the strength that he has in that lower body. Excels at absorbing that contact and then up and powers through.
Giannis with it. He's picked up by Drummond. And the dunk by Giannis.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Garland kicks to Sexton. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. And Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Now, here's Sexton. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana. Feeds it to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Sexton realizing that one of his guys is wide open, and that court awareness, he was able to get it to him.
And here is Lopez. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Miami, and Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Giannis.
Kevin Love got his hand up. That was just enough to alter the shot.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
2-2.
He's off on the first.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
Good on the second free throw. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the three ball.
Now, here's Garland. 17 points in his last outing. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. Bledsoe for three. The shot misses. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
Here's Osman. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Brent out of Macedonia, Jetty Osman, 24 years of age and second in minutes played for the Cavs last season.
Yeah, Jetty, a lot of tumult around the team with his introduction to NBA basketball, but don't forget, a couple years playing pro in Europe and a top player on the Turkish national team.
2 shots.
I think he's really ready for a bigger role with this organization.
The first one falls.
And after winning the Eastern Conference 4 straight seasons, that streak ended for the Cavs last year.
The loss of that kind of star usually launches a rebuild, and so Cleveland doing it again, either through trade or free agency, trying to rebuild what this team is going to be about in the future. And now bringing in a college coach in John Beilein, you wonder if this young group can adopt that sort of collegiate mentality and bring that kind of enthusiasm to the floor.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Stolen. Here's Giannis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I wonder if Antetokounmpo is Greek for lightning, because that's what he did there on the penetration.
Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
He misses the free throw.
Well, after leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the Most Valuable Player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise and what kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent?
And he's good on the second. Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best, even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible. And I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise. And I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
drops in the layup for two. Giannis has got 7 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Pass to Garland. 6 to shoot. Here's Osman. He's looking for Love and finds him over Bledsoe. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Giannis outside. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
Now, here's Garland. And Sexton has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Fades away. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. At the tip, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, Ilyasova playing with a high motor tonight. Lots of activity. He's good for at least a few second chance points.
At the elbow, Sexton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Got to be cautious around Sexton. He's very good at seeking out contact and did it there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
And he knocks down the first one. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you ever think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
No. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, that could be something that goes away soon.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 16-point game against Miami. Bucket is good.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Hill, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bell, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up. That'll put Tristan Thompson on the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Thompson no good on the free throw. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians, but as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
The Bucks trail. Here's Giannis. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
And the Bucks making a change here. Williams has checked in.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
Now we can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Garland with it. Over Williams. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
Who's got Giannis?
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We'll rank this the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former number 2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
Two.
First free throw is good.
Well, a fantastic year for the Bucks, and the future looks bright for this franchise.
A new arena in Milwaukee, a new practice site. First-year coach Mike Budenholzer changing the entire philosophy of what they did offensively and ending up in an MVP award for one Giannis Antetokounmpo. The fans showed up. A lot of excitement for the Milwaukee Bucks in the years to come.
And last year, not only did the Cavs fail to return to the finals, they only won 19 games.
Yeah, and they won 50 games the year before without Kyrie. That's how much LeBron James meant to this franchise. He defines the word irreplaceable.
Here's Hill, following the basket by Collin Sexton. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. That's going to send Robin Lopez to the line. Is on Collin Sexton. The Bucks have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
And Cleveland making a change here. Nance is checked in.
Shooting one.
Lopez, no good on the free throw. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought two ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense.
Yes.
Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Here's Sexton, following the bucket by the Bucks. Passes it to Porter. Fires the three. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Hill. Good D by Bell.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Excellent D there from Williams.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Bell with the block.
At a young age, Bell has proven to be a great shot blocker with tremendous timing.
Oh, Nance in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it.
Here's Hill. Again missing Hill. Cavaliers trailing. Here's the floater. Porter, no luck.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Garland kicks to Bell. On the wing, Porter. Over Hill. Porter, no luck. Milwaukee's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out, looking cold from outside. Fades and shoots. Count it, good. And that's now 8 points for Williams.
And this is Williams's game. When he gets the chance to shoot it from there, he does not hesitate.
Now, here's Sexton. He's covered by Matthews. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
The shot's good. And now it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the bucket by the Bucks.
No shot.
It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hill, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a coaching hire by the Cavaliers that caught most off guard. John Beilein had led the Michigan Wolverines for 12 seasons, their all-time leader in coaching wins.
Well, there was also talk the year prior about John Beilein joining the Detroit Pistons organization, so finally making the jump to the NBA, where it's a much different challenge. It's going to be very interesting to see how it is that Coach Beilein implements a lot of his offensive schemes that were so successful in college.
That free throw missing.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are just so strong in and around the paint.
Well, so good last year. The team was 3rd in points in the paint themselves and 1st in points in the paint allowed last year. That means they got in there and then they defended it well. Tough as nails defensively, causes a lot of problem for teams who rely on chippies around the basket to get themselves on the offensive flow. You think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
Now, here's Lopez. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Come on, man, don't forget the clock.
Outside Hill. From deep. The Cavaliers pull it in. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We've got more in store for you right after this. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kounupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor, but that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they've built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Williams is out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Hill in at the 1. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Bucks. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Hill drives in. Drummond working against Lopez. And the layup falls. Lopez has got the lead up to 9 now for Milwaukee.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Osman. Bangs home the trifecta.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Hill deciding where to go with it. Over Drummond. Lopez, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Oh, Nance in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
We talk a lot about confidence, and Larry Nance Jr., I believe, has a quiet confidence about the way he goes about his business.
Williams finds Matthews. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Garland the pass to Osman. Williams against Nance. Back to Osman. The pass to Porter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Cavaliers have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Porter.
First in the East and overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately, fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference finals.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Williams. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Hill. You know, Brent, the Bucks had never lost 3 games in a row all of last season until that Toronto series.
Think about how much that might impact what it is they rely on coming into this year, where they're not going to let that loss last year in the playoffs define them. It's a big learning curve. They had an opportunity. They were that close. They can hold on to that motivation all year long and get back to that opportunity this year in the playoffs. They'd be better for it.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
No good from Bledsoe. The Cavaliers trail by 4. With some arc and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Stolen by Garland. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Osman. Pass to Love. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, using some of that size and strength inside to gain advantage was Kevin Love that time.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Giannis outside. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
1 shot. 1 shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Collin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Bledsoe dishes to Lopez. There's the lob, and Antetokounmpo hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, Kevin, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Now, here's Garland. He feeds it to Love. Pulls up, and Cleveland again with the bucket. Bucks leading by 3. Now Bledsoe. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Giannis, and the dunk by Giannis.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Now, here's Garland. T right on him. Porter looking it over. From 20 feet out. Thompson passes to Love. Lopez with the block. Here's Giannis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 7-point Milwaukee lead.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Garland kicks to Porter. Love trying to break loose. No good that time. Good D by Giannis.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
The free throw drops for Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe bounced around a little bit in the early part of his career under the tutelage of Chris Paul when he first came into the league. Seems like he's found a home here and very much settling into his role.
Love outside. And it's sent back by Lopez. They push it up 4 on 3. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Garland, the pass to Osman. Love up top. Can they get it? And the rebound goes to Lopez.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
There's the lob into Antetokounmpo.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Well, Chris Middleton's an interesting story. I remember when he signed his first extension and talking to, at that time, his head coach, Jason Kidd, that Chris was dealing with living up to the contract. I think after that first season went by, he settled back down. It got him into a position to earn this second contract. And now he knows where he belongs. He knows how important he is to the Milwaukee Bucks and their continued success and striving towards a championship for the city.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Jordan Bell comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Collin Sexton in for Garland. Here's Osman. To end the drought, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Brook Lopez. And for Middleton, he was drafted in the 2nd round by Detroit. Brent, they sent him to the G League, which he says was the turning point for him.
Well, I think he just got hungrier and realized there was a self-awareness part of this that he needed to grow, and he needed to maybe adjust some of his work habits. He went from an overlooked 2nd-round pick to an NBA All-Star, Kevin. I would call that great focus. And now he wants to be a consistent performer on a nightly basis to lead this team to championship level.
And he can't get the first one. Milwaukee making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. That one misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
They get it back. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Down low. And to Tacumbo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Two.
No good on that one. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Well, last year, interesting under-the-radar season as Tristan Thompson statistically had a very, very good year. A career-best rate in rebounding, scoring, and assists. That's a big guy down on the inside, and Tristan Thompson provides you some great foundation on a nightly basis to bring physicality to the game.
Shots good by Middleton.
Coast to coast for Chris Middleton, finding some room and weaving his way for a deuce.
Sexton kicks to Thompson. On the wing, Porter.
Get through.
Will it go? And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And as well as he played last season, the former Ironman, Tristan Thompson, struggled with injury.
Yeah, fewest games played of his career in any given season. And for a guy who went 4 straight seasons playing every game, deep into the playoffs, games that physically and mentally take a toll on you, last season was a tough one for Tristan that way.
The first free throw is good. George Hill's checked in for Brook Lopez. And Porter drops them both. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 19-6 run. And here is Lopez. 8 points his last outing. Back to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. 4 on the shot clock. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. And it's 6 points for Chris Middleton.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Now here's Porter. He's guarded closely. Sexton with it. He's got 6. The kick out to Porter. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Now here's Sexton. Here's Osman. And there's the pass to Porter.
Watch the screen.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
His offensive approach tonight has been aggressive, and it's paid off with a lot of trips to the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And you have to like the way he's attacking the defense, drawing fouls and getting himself chances at the line this quarter.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Matthews comes in for Chris Middleton. And Cleveland also making a change. Larry Nance is checked in for Tristan Thompson. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee.
Watch the pit.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Nance. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions. And because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and that he's going to make the right play at the right time.
Free throw drops for Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Both free throws good from Hill. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
5 on the clock. And Bell kicks to Sexton. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Bucks leading by 18.
Come get it. Come get it.
Hill passes to DiVincenzo. Now Ilyasova, covered by Nance. Now here's Ilyasova. He's tightly guarded.
Come around.
Trying to get open is Lopez. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Lopez has got 6 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Watch the screen.
Here's Sexton. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Sexton more and more in control and trying to deal with the aggressive defense so far in this game. Well, the coaching staff in Cleveland really raved last year about the way that Collin Sexton worked. It's going to be really interesting with Coach Beilein as the head man this year in Cleveland, how he deploys Collin Sexton, what he asks him to do. Is he capable of taking this system and heading it up right away as they come out of training camp? An interesting thing to watch.
Hey, way to kick that.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Hill passes to Lopez. Now Ilyasova. Pass to DiVincenzo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Two.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. 41 seconds left now here in the second. And here's Sexton. He's got 9 and finished off by Porter.
Collin Sexton forced into the role in Cleveland with tons of minutes, but also having to orchestrate the offense for a very young team.
Ilyasova dishes to Lopez. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Nance.
And they got to bring the double team on him.
One shot. One shot.
Way to hit it.
19 seconds left in the second quarter. Sexton with it. For 3. And so it's Milwaukee with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops and getting rebound, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 27 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. When does this guy cool off? I mean, he's been stringing together multiple monster games lately. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
We're seeing the Giannis effect. First player to ever finish in the top 20 in all 5 major statistical categories. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? It doesn't speak for his overall impact, but I just want to tell you that's impressive.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Cleveland, Assman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt, and it's Drummond in at the 5. Now, here's Garland. Here's Sexton. From 11 feet away, the rebound by the Bucks. Ilyasova's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Giannis. Good. Giannis has got 4 points this quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded by Bledsoe. From 10 feet out. Goes back up. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, this team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Drummond controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Bledsoe finds Ilyasova. Now, Antetokounmpo, and they double up Antetokounmpo.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
Garland, the pass to Sexton. Knocks it loose. Pass to Garland. 5 to shoot. Back to Drummond. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Ilyasova dishes to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. For 3, Middleton connects from 3-point range. Middleton's got 9 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Osman. Passes to Love. Fader on the way. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
I like seeing Love work that in-between area. He's got a great understanding of when it is that he's going to have the room to fire.
Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's his first foul. Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. The pass to Osman. Shot clock at 5. Here's Sexton. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. 11 points in the game.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time, just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. And there were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors' loss to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Garland kicks to Sexton. Now Drummond. Love trying to break loose. Poked loose. And the rejection by Giannis. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Giannis. Tries again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Love.
Now, we've seen Lopez be more and more assertive in looking for his shot, which in turn draws the defense's attention to him.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talk a lot about Bud ball, and you add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. They really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
And so he makes both from the line.
And Lopez serves as an unbelievable case study for someone who changed his game over time. I mean, almost in a season. So specifically, how he added the three-point shot, it's made him such a valuable asset to this offense.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Garland kicks to Drummond. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Middleton inside the three-point line. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And here's Sexton. He's got 11. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Sexton's got 4 this quarter.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's Middleton, and Thompson sends it back.
Tristan did a great job of elevating to deny that one.
Now, here's Garland. Not a lot of room. Pass to Sexton. From the line, the rebound by Williams.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Lopez outside. Kicks to Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Matthews, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Hill comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Clock is at 3. That doesn't go either for Bledsoe.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Larry Nance is checked in for the Cavaliers. Milwaukee on D. Thompson dishes to Nance. Thompson passes to Nance. And Thompson kicks to Nance. Back to Thompson. Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded by Hill. Just 4 to shoot. The 19-foot shot. The rebound by the Bucks. Lopez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Collin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs, Greg, after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton, wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving, doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
Bledsoe with it. Guarded now by Sexton. And Bledsoe, here we go. Good D by Thompson. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Porter dishes to Sexton. Trying to get open is Thompson. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Porter. 15 points for Collin Sexton. Milwaukee has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. The floater, and Thompson sends it back. Here's Lopez. Bledsoe left side, outside Hill.
Bledsoe. Woo! Bledsoe.
To the inside, Lopez. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And a quick check of the stats for Eric Bledsoe. He had a strong showing last season. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded by Hill. Outside, Porter. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Porter's got 13. Buck shooting, certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Hill passes to Bledsoe. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Nance. The dish to Porter. Thompson outside. He kicks to Sexton. Shot clock at 6. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Sexton's got 9 points now in just the second half. Bledsoe outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Bledsoe going to the inside has no problem at his size getting in and drawing contact.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Exum, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Sexton. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of a do-it-all big man.
Specifically how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
The kick out to Hill. 3-pointer. That shot off. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Dellavedova scanning the floor. Here's Exum. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Exum's got his first points in this one. Passes it to Bledsoe. Outside Hill. The pass to Bledsoe. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Exum. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Exum's got 4 points this quarter.
Nance is just such a cerebral player out there, does a good job of trying to be a threat with the assist.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And the Bucks with some changes. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Williams. And it's Ilyasova in for Wesley Matthews. Cleveland also making some changes. Jetty Osman, he's checked in for Exum. And it's Garland in for Matthew Dellavedova. Both free throws good from Hill.
Well, George Hill is a gear-shifting, versatile guard and has some size and a good perimeter defender with that length.
Now, here's Garland. Guarded by Bledsoe. Garland, no good. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Giannis. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, the muscle of Antetokounmpo is impressive. He's just destroying the defense right now.
He's made only 2 free throws, not shooting well from the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. There's 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Osman. To the wing on the left. Here's Garland. That 3 off the mark. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Bucks ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Do it again for this quarter, 0-0. Same effort, same mentality. Keep pushing it. Keep moving the ball. Keep cutting.
Well, Mike likes how they're working the ball right now.
And, you know, Coach highlighted it's a brand new quarter. They need to play with the same fire.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Robin Lopez. Antetokounmpo is out there with Brown. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the point. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. The three-pointer is right on target.
Once Korver establishes himself, he fires that without any hesitation.
Cleveland moving it around. Exum with it. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes. Here's Nance. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. The 3, and there's Korver on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 assists here tonight. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Zizic. Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
Here's Nance. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Left side, Corver. Pass to Connaughton, to the paint. And onto Tacumbo, slams it in.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Garland kicks to Exum. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. Inside, cuts off the pass. Now Cleveland moving it up. They need this one. And he sinks the layup.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Corver, no luck. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Wasted no time on that one. Windler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. To the middle, and onto Tacumbo, slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Nance outside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Kicks it to Exum. Clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Milwaukee's gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Now, here's Garland. Pass to Exum. Passes it to Nance. The shot off that time. Corver with the defensive effort. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Brown inside. Now the pass to Connaughton. No good from outside. Cleveland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And here's Giannis from outside. And the three ball is good. Antetokounmpo's got 49 points in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Exum. From 13 feet, it goes down.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Connaughton passes to Lopez. Dishes to Corver. No good on the three.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Williams, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Garland. Here's Connaughton. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. Right. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Windler, the pass to Thompson. Some solid defense from Brown.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Count that bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Here's Windler. He's guarded by Williams. Now Exum. Here's Thompson, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Milwaukee's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Lopez outside. And Williams, here we go, over Thompson. That misses off the backboard.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Milwaukee's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Outside Korver. Brent, how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, yeah. You're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Yeah. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does it.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin. Quite
did
frankly.
You? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
2 shots.
That's good from Exum. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Both good from the line that time. Here's Connaughton. And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's
One shot.
Rewind.
Can we delete that?
That's all you, baby.
1:10 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Now here's Brown. He's covered closely. He kicks it to Korver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Williams can't get it to go. Thompson outside. Pass to Windler. It's stolen by Brown. And here's Korver. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.